first commend our opponent tonight. Pitt is an outstanding team. There's a reason that they've had the success they've had this year. Their spacing, the questions they ask defensively of us, we spent certainly a lot of time preparing for this game, and I thought our guys, the difference was our defensive principles in key moments and being able to, again, take away some of the things that they do really well. And the adaptability of this team is fantastic, and the resilience is phenomenal. This has been an absolute joy to coach in a tough year, and to be here with one game remaining is really special. But I do want to again commend Jay Vidovich, an outstanding coach, a friend, and someone who has done a phenomenal job with Pitt in a very short time.
All right, thanks. Your first question will come from Jeremy Price. Jeremy, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Todd, I just was wondering if you thought it was going to take an individual effort like Herb put together to finally break through tonight, because it seemed like the combinations just weren't quite there.
Yeah, we were, as I said, to halftime to the team and to the immediate half, they're very good on their repress, and I thought we were a little bit off on our connections, and a lot of that's just their hard work and their numbers centrally. They overload the center of the field. And as the game grew, I felt we got a little bit better, but we always felt that, again, they extend themselves quite a bit offensively, and we knew that we'd have some really good isolation moments in the channels with Herb and Malone and others, and we felt that was maybe the difference in the game, and we wanted them to be ultra aggressive in those moments. And so you give a little bit on that, you might lose a little possession, but to get a little possession and not take those moments is really what we had to decide in today's game. And we went with, we'll give up a few possessions, they'll certainly hold the day on that, but on danger in transition, we wanted to be very clear to give our guys the ability to do so. And Herb, he's worked so hard in his finishing. He's always been an unbelievable balancer, but now his finishing's coming around. And just a great young man, and obviously really, really excited for Herb and the team.
Next question is from Jared Kelly. Go ahead, Jared.
Hey, Todd. Kind of big picture. You've talked about it a lot, but this isn't necessarily the strongest team you've had at IU, but this team just keeps finding ways to win and keeps finding ways to find late goals. Aside from maybe just resiliency, what do you think just allows them to kind of pull this out of them, especially late in these games?
Man, if I knew that exactly, Jared, I'd bottle that thing up and throw it out every year and see. But I've said it all along. This team has a lot of strength in key spots and up the spine with our goalkeeper, with a really industrious center midfield with experience that knows what they need to do, a goal scorer in Vic, and some unbalancing players wide that can, on the day, as Herb did today, cause a lot of problems. And that said, all of that, we're really good team defending. And our individual principles are sound. We work on that all the time. So we always feel like if our attack's not where we need it to be, we can at least keep it tight and wait for the moment. And whether it was a restart today or a transition moment, a 1v1 moment, we felt we would get those chances. Not a lot of them, because Pitt's going to have a lot of the ball. It's the way they play. But yeah, there's something special, and it's been, we spent a lot of time here, Jared, North Carolina. It's been an unbelievable tournament. The committee, the NCAA, did a phenomenal job. Our guys are having a blast, and they've had a lot of time together. And they didn't have a lot of time together this year. They've been like in their little apartments, and this has been really good to be together. And the bonding that we've done is kind of taken our team to a new level. We've always had good team chemistry, but I feel like it's in another all-time high. And everyone knows their role and is 100% in it, and that's what you need.
We'll go to Evan with the Indiana Daily. Go ahead, Evan.
Yeah, Todd. Obviously, the last 3 games or so, you guys have got your first shot, or the last 2 games have got your first shot on goal until the second half. Today, felt like you guys were more comfortable sitting back. How was your game plan throughout the game? How do you feel about it? And then what kind of adjustments did you make as the game went on?
Well, there's times you can press Pitt And if you do, it can be very effective because they're going to try to play through the first line often. I thought we jammed spaces really well and again, didn't get them into their ultimate rhythm. And certainly their best players, I thought, touched the ball less tonight than they maybe do in other games with Pekovic and Noel. But I thought their wide midfielder, number 10, the freshman, is outstanding. He's one of the best players I've seen this year. So again, we knew we could press them at times, and we knew we'd have to sit in what different lines of confrontation that we use and say, you know what, you can have it in those areas, but when you come here, we're going to do our best to lock it down and make sure that they don't get high quality chances. Now, they still were able to get some service, and a couple balls were, in the box that were dangerous, but it was more off service, and our box defending could have been a bit better today. I was probably a little disappointed. I think in the first half they had a couple. But you got to concede some space at times against this team. If you get in between space is when you really get in trouble. So I thought we did okay at that, really good at times, and overall we did a good job in our defensive shape.
Next question is from Jack Edwards. Go ahead, Jack.
Yeah, it's been a long season. Not a lot of fans throughout because of COVID regulations, but a pretty sizable crowd today. How important does it help your team, I guess, in these tight matches to have a pretty sizable fan base behind you?
This was the most enjoyable game of the year, and it wasn't because we won the semifinal. That's kind of an obvious. It's because of that. Our team has been starving for that, and IU fans are the best. You look through the years of college soccer, we travel. No matter where the College Cup is, you're going to see IU fans if we're there, and obviously we've been there quite a bit. That, I felt, was the X factor today. In the second half, in the first half, in a couple moments where you're getting a little bit tired, we kept pushing, and the crowd was a big part of that. Such a big deal to have them part of this. And the timing to get it, obviously the most important time of the season, is just really neat. So our guys are just an absolute unbelievable experience here.
Next question is from Kevin Brockway. Go ahead, Kevin.
Hey, Coach, how did you handle the scouts for the first game, and do you have any initial thoughts about basic Marshall on Monday night?
I watched a little bit of Marshall today. Kevin, my assistant, was here the whole time, taking good notes, and they're very good. There's going to be a lot of similarities to what we saw today with their ability to keep the ball and possess the ball in the back half. They like to, again, control that. I thought in the first half against UNC, I didn't feel they were super dangerous going forward, but they had a lion's share of the ball. And they're heavily international, similar to Pitt that we played against, with some sophisticated players with experience. So it's going to be, a really unique challenge. I'm really proud of our guys. We have a lot of guys that are putting in really big minutes that are developmental players in our program. And I can't say how important that is for our program in particular. Players that come in and maybe wait 1 or 2 years, wait behind the All-Americans that were before them and develop. And I thought it was a great showcase for our American young players that show that we can compete with anyone, any international players.
Final question goes to Doug Watley. Go ahead, Doug.
Hey, Coach. Todd Yeagley from the IDS. This was Roman's, and your team's 10th shutout this season. And if I have that right, it's the most in the NCAA this season, despite playing less games than most of the other teams. What did you see out of Roman tonight, and then the defense as well, against a very powerful offense?
Well, Roman gives everyone around him confidence. We feel he is the best keeper in the game, and he's able to take shots from distance. He doesn't give much up on seconds. His air play is fantastic. You saw that against Seton Hall, how much they were able to get the ball into dangerous spots, and Marquette for that matter too. And it allows your defenders to be a bit more aggressive in the sense of their 1v1 moments. And we did that a lot today with Muni and Joey. You saw them a lot step into midfield, and we were playing 1-for-1. We couldn't let them turn in those gaps and seams and let them run in our back line. That's when they're the best. And Roman gives you the confidence to do that, because if they do find a moment, he's there to make a big save. And when we do get a little bit deeper, he allows us to also handle some balls in the air, similar to the Seton Hall game. So we're just really fortunate to have Roman. And again, he's someone that is as humble and as hardworking as I've ever coached. He epitomizes a lot what we look for at IU. He's a wonderful young man.
Todd, thank you